Hello everyone, my name is Sarafi and I'm happy to meet you all. And today we're going to be playing Amazonas. Amazonas was a deck that was requested by one of my Twitch followers, so I took a crack at it, and I think I'm pretty happy with the results. It's definitely not a strong deck by any means, but I think that with all of the cards, you can make some plays happen now that we have 3 copies of Amazonas Queen. So, how do you play this deck and how do you build it? Let's take a look. The skill is extremely important. The skill is called Holy Guard, and it says you take no battle damage during your turn. With this skill, you can attack into, say, a 6,000 defense Witchcraft or Vere and still banish it. It's very, very valuable when you combine it with Amazonas Queen's ability to protect all your monsters from being destroyed by battle. You can basically attack into anything with no restrictions at all, no cost to you. You will still get crushed during your opponent's turn, but all the action takes place during your turn anyway, so that's what's important. For the main deck, we have Amazonas Princess. This is a level 3 warrior monster. This card's name becomes Amazonas Queen while on the field or in the graveyard. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Amazonas spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. When this card declares an attack, you could send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard, special summon one Amazonas monster from your deck in defense position except Amazonas Princess. So first you'll usually use this to get Queen, and second you'll usually use this to get Tiger. It's a very good card. It's our starter. You will search this off of reinforcements of the army. It's a great option, and basically all of the games that I won involved Princess very heavily. Amazonas Queen is a level 6 monster. Amazonas monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. That includes herself. She has 2,400 attack points. Very good card. Play her. Crush everyone. It's nice. Amazonas Tiger, level 4 beast effect. You can only control one Amazonas Tiger. This card gains 400 attack for each Amazonas monster you control, including itself. Your opponent cannot attack any face-up Amazonas monsters except this one. So you special summon this card in defense position with Amazonas Princess while you have Amazonas Queen out. Amazonas Queen protects this card from being destroyed by battle. Amazonas Princess and Amazonas Queen can remain in attack position while Amazonas Tiger takes all the hits and your opponent can't do anything about it. It will also have 2,300 attack points while you have 2 other Amazonas out, which is very nice. The last monster we have is Amazonas Spy. You can reveal one other Amazonas monster in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target one Amazonas monster in your graveyard except Spy, return it to the hand, or shuffle it into the deck. So Spy is the main way that we can access the extra deck. You special summon Spy, then you can link off 2 monsters into Nightmare Phoenix or Nightmare Cerberus, or you can exceed this card with Amazonas Princess into one of your rank 3s. It's not ideal. We like having Amazonases on the field, but Spy gives us some flexibility when Amazonas isn't going to work. Reinforcement of the army, draw a level 4 lower warrior, you will use this to get Princess. Amazonas Village. All Amazonas monsters gain 200 attack points. Once per turn when an Amazonas monster is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Amazonas monster from your deck with a level less than or equal to that Amazonas monster in the graveyard. Very, very good card. You play this, then if your queen gets destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon another queen from your deck and just keep going. You can search this card off of Amazonas Princess, so it's a good card. Play it at 1, you'll be fine. Polymerization, this is how we access our fusion monster. Ice Dragon's Prison, there's no skill restrictions, special summon from the graveyard all you want, and mess with your opponent. Compulsory Evacuation Device, get rid of your opponent's threats and attack them directly. Lastly, we have Amazonas Onslaught. This is the core of the deck. You will search this card off of Amazonas Princess almost all the time, unless you already have it, in which case you'll draw a village. Continuous Trap. Once per turn during the battle phase, that is a soft once per turn, you can special summon one Amazonas monster from your hand, and if you do, it gains 500 attack until the end of this turn, even if Amazonas Onslaught leaves the field. After damage calculation, if your Amazonas monster battles an opponent's monster while this card is already face up in your spell and trap zone, you can banish that opponent's monster. Now, this is very, very important, so I want you to listen to me carefully. It says after damage calculation. that is a very, very specific part of the attack phase. So, this effect takes place after the battle is resolved, but before the end of the damage step. The end of the damage step. So cards that activate during the end of the damage step take place after Amazoness Onslaught banishes monsters. After damage calculation is a very, very rare section of cards. And this card gives you precedence over a lot of very, very powerful effects that take place at the end of a damage step, and it will throw a lot of people off. You'll see this in the replay. If this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one Amazoness monster in your graveyard and special summon it. That effect is nice. People are going to be targeting Onslaught constantly, so getting your queen back will help you kind of mitigate the loss of Onslaught. For the next deck, we have Amazoness Pet Liger. This requires Amazoness Tiger and any other Amazoness monster. It's 2,500 attack points. Once per battle, if this card attacks, during damage calculation, you can make this card gain 500 attack during that damage calculation only. If your Amazoness monster attacks an opponent's monster after damage calculation, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 800 attack points permanently. Your opponent cannot attack Amazoness monsters you control except this one. It's a great card. You can use this to basically get some powerful advantage, make sure that you will always win every fight, reduce your opponent's monsters' attack points, and then crash into them. You don't have any restrictions for attacking into monsters that have higher attack than you, because you don't take any battle damage, and your monsters can't be destroyed by battle, so soften your opponent's monsters up by attacking with Princess, and then crush them with Liger with 3,000 attack points. Number 47, Nightmare Shark. This is a rank 3 monster with 2,000 attack points. You can detach one material from it to allow it to attack directly. Hitting your opponent for 2,000, no matter what their board is, will kill them sometimes, so it's a nice option. The Phantom Knight's a Breaksword. You can pop one card on your field and one card on your opponent's field. This helps you get rid of spells and traps. It helps you get rid of dangerous monster threats. You do have to pop a card that you control, but it can be a spell or trap, so don't worry about it. And it's a good option if you don't feel like Nightmare Phoenix is the right card to play. It does have more attack points and can use the effect twice as opposed to Nightmare Phoenix, and you don't have to discard a card, which could also be very valuable, so decide which one you want to play. Ghost Trick Alucard. This card allows you to destroy set cards, so you can destroy a set monster or a set spell or trap. It does have less attack points than Breaksword, but it also doesn't require you to destroy one of your cards, so again, it's an option for getting rid of threats. It's, your mileage may vary about what you want to play. Alucard has its uses, so does Breaksword, so do Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Cerberus. Wind-Up Zen Mains. This is a rank 3 machine monster with 1,500 attack points and 2,100 defense points. If this face-up card would be destroyed, you can detach one Xyz material from it instead. That is not once per turn, so you can protect it up to twice. Once per turn during the end phase, if this effect was used this turn, target one card on the field and destroy it. This is a good card to make going first. It kind of is hard to out. You can banish it, but if you can't banish it or bounce it, then it's just kind of sit on the field. No one wants to attack into it. No one wants to destroy it. So it'll probably get you through the first turn, depending on what the deck you're facing is, and it's a good option. Then we have Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Phoenix, and Nightmare Cerberus. I'm not going to go through these cards. I've shown you them all already. Let's take a look at the replay. Alright, so we're going first against Eternal Bond. We're going to start things off by activating our field spell, then we normal summon Princess and draw our Onslaught. Set Onslaught and pass to the opponent. The opponent's going to summon Yubel and use the skill to rank it up into Yubel the Ultimate Nightmare. Then they add Miracle Contact and they'll use it to make Elemental Hero Neos Kluger. Activate Necro Valley and attack. Now, they are attacking with Yubel the Ultimate Nightmare. We will activate Amazoness Onslaught in response, so that Amazoness Onslaught will be face up. The attack collides, and then we activate Amazoness Onslaught after damage calculation. We banish Yubel the Ultimate Nightmare, and Yubel the Ultimate Nightmare is no longer on the field at the end of the damage step, so its effect does not trigger. The opponent attacks with Elemental Hero Neos Kluger. We activate the second effect of Amazoness Onslaught and special summon Amazoness Queen from our hand. The opponent will then attack into the Amazoness Queen, who gains 500 attack points from Onslaught, so she has more attack points than Kluger. We take the effect damage of half the monster's attack points, and then at the end of the damage calculation, we banish the Kluger. That allows Kluger to special summon Wise Man. Wise Man will attack into Queen, and guess what? Our opponent has already seen what happens to Yubel, but they didn't learn their lesson. We banish the Kluger. We banish the Wise Man before Wise Man's effect activates, and the opponent has lost all of their monsters. Yubel, Kluger, and Wise Man taken out without any effort. Our opponent surrenders. My name is Serafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.